Tonight is Richard Smith from Leeds, an editor, and his subject is Scott's Last Expedition. Gillian Taylor from Sheffield, a writer. Her subject, the television series Blake 7. Shirang Radhi from London, an IT manager. His subject, the school stories of P.G. Wodehouse. And Edward Pearce from Easingwold, an historian and journalist whose subject is the Popish Plot of 1678. And your name is?
Gillian Taylor.
Your occupation?
I'm a writer.
And your specialist subject?
Blake 7.
Blake 7. 2 minutes starting now. In the first episode, Rog Blake is sentenced to transportation to the penal colony on which planet?
Cygnus Alpha.
Correct. Which of his future crew is the first one that Blake meets? He's robbing Blake at the time.
Villa Restal.
Yes, what's the ship commandeered by Blake, Jenna and Avon renamed because the computer Zen has drawn the word from Jen's mind?
Liberator.
Yes, in Deliverance, Villa asks why it was Avon rather than he who was picked to fulfil the prophecy. What does Avon reply?
Do you think you're suitable?
No, you're hardly the stuff that gods are made of. What position in the Federation does Servalan tell Avon she holds when they meet on the planet of the Sarans?
President.
Yes. On which artificial planet does Avon appear to have found Blake on a life support system at the end of Series 3?
Terminal. Correct.
The outer skin of the Liberator is made of which alloy described as the strongest known metal in the universe?
Herculaneum.
Yes. What is the name of the Federation's pacification and adaptation drug which has helped them to rebuild their empire in Series 4?
Pylene 50.
Correct. The third series episode, Sarcophagus, was written by which female science fiction and fantasy novelist who also wrote the featured Dana's Song?
Tanith Lee.
Correct. What is the name of the salvage operator and pilot of the Scorpio whose youthful appearance and long life are maintained by a creature in its basement that feeds on others' lives?
Dorian.
Correct. In Weapon, the psychostrategist Carnell records a final message for Servalan, at the end of which he says that she is undoubtedly what?
Insane.
The sexiest officer I've ever known. Which actor plays Vargas, the leader of the religious cult on the planet Cygnus Alpha?
Ryan Blessed.
Yes, what's the name of the outlaw posing as a Federation captain who has taken over the Liberator when Avon returns to the ship with Dana in power play?
Del Tarrant.
Yes, in the final episode, Blake is found on the planet Gouda Prime. What is he posing as?
A bounty hunter.
Yes. Egrorian's all-powerful weapon has neutrons in its core and harnesses the power of which supposedly theoretical particles that travel faster than the speed of light?
Tachyons.
Yes. What's the name of the control centre of the Federation which Blake and his crew eventually find at the end of Series 2?
Star 1.
Yes, at the end of the first series, Aurak makes a prediction which he displays as an image. I'll finish the question on the scanner screen. What do Blake and his crew think that it means?
The Liberator will be blown up.
Yes, the destruction of the Liberator. No passes, Gillian Taylor. You two have 15 points. Ready? Third place, 14 points, Edward Pearce. Joint first place, 15 points apiece, Richard Smith and Gillian Taylor. And finally, Gillian Taylor, please. And, I was intrigued as to why you'd chosen Blake 7, but you write books, you write westerns, and
yes.
you have taken characters from Blake 7 for your books, and apparently that's quite a common thing to do these days.
Yes, some other authors have done it in their novels as well, just sort of borrowed characteristics of the physical aspects of the actors and of the characters that they've portrayed.
So who did you choose from Blake 7?
I based two characters, Sheriff Darrow and Deputy Hugh Keating, on Paul Darrow and Michael Keating, who played Avon and Villa.
Why?
Because they're very good characters. They're very entertaining characters. And I thought they would work slightly altered in the Western setting.
So was it done more because you wanted them for your book, or because you wanted to perpetuate Blake 7?
Possibly a little bit of both. I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed the series and I like the characters who work very well together. And also, Paul Darrow had said he'd always wanted to appear in a Western, so I thought it would be fun to write a Western featuring the character that he'd played.
All right, you have 15 points. The score to beat is 27. Let's see if you can do that with your general knowledge. Here we go. 2 minutes, starting now. The element with the atomic number 99 is named after which famous scientist?
Marie Curie.
Einstein. Which 13th century castle in North Cornwall is supposedly the site of King Arthur's birth?
Glastonbury.
Tintagel. Which name for deadly nightshade is said to be derived from its use by fashionable women to dilate the pupils of their eyes?
Belladonna.
Yes, the late 16th, early 17th century composer John Dowland wrote particularly for which stringed instrument on which he was a virtuoso?
Violin.
Lute. What is the name of the green pigment that gives most plants and algae their colour?
Chlorophyll.
Yes. Which television writer created the drama series Cracker and The Street?
Jim McGovern.
Yes. What name was given to the periodical sittings of judges on circuit in England and Wales to try criminal cases which were replaced by the Crown Court in 1972?
Circuit judge.
Assizes. Which French word meaning godfather is used in English for a person who introduces the different acts or performers in a stage or television show?
Au pair.
No, compare. Which former Conservative Chancellor of the Exchequer was elevated to the peerage in 1992 and took the name of Blaby, the constituency he had represented in Parliament from 1974?
Douglas Hurd.
Nigel Lawson. Which part of the mouth is affected by the disease gingivitis?
The gums.
Yes. In Spanish, what name is given to a wine shop or a place for storing and maturing wine?
Bodega.
Yes. Which British princess was born at Glamis Castle in 1930?
Princess Mary.
Margaret. What was the nationality of the architect Oscar Niemeyer, who designed many of the buildings in his country's new capital city?
Brazilian.
Yes. Which actor who died in March 1985 had 3 children, Vanessa, Lynn and Corinne, who all acted themselves?
Michael Redgrave.
Yes. The Inca god creator Viracocha, who is said to have taken Inca culture to Polynesia, was also known by what name that was later given to a famous sailing craft?
Kon-Tiki.
Kon-Tiki is correct. No passes. Gillian Taylor, 23 points. So, at the end of the contest, let's have a look at the scores. In 4th place with 21 points, Srirang Raddy. In 3rd place with 23 points, Gillian Taylor. 2nd place with 26 points, Edward Pearce. 1st place, 27 points, Richard Smith.